Good morning, Cheryl. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me and kind of record some questions to your answers here for your school board candidacy. Would you like to take a couple minutes and introduce yourself and explain why you would like to continue to be a school board member?
I would. Thank you for doing this forum for all of us. I appreciate it. My name is Cheryl Murray. I've lived in Armada for 29 years. I moved here when I had an almost 2-year-old and an infant. I am a retired teacher. I worked for L'Anse Creuse Public Schools for 25 years and am enjoying my first year of retirement. It's been good because I've been able to do a lot of things that I enjoy. I've been on the Armada School Board for 14 years, and I ran in 2008 because there was some things that I was interested in changing, and that I didn't like, and I thought if I didn't do something about it, then I couldn't complain. And it's been a really great experience. My primary goal sitting on the board is really to support and advocate for the children in our district. We've recently created a 5-year strategic plan with stakeholders in our community that included members of the board, members of our community, parents, staff, administration. And I really believe in the mission and the vision that that group of people created. And I really want to continue to work to achieve the goals that we created in that plan. And the second reason really is we have a bond on the ballot this year. And I would like to continue to help oversee the projects that we'd like to do. Primarily, we need a boiler in the high school, and the elementary parking lot is in need of repair, and also some secured entrances at the high school. So I want to make sure that those get done, and I want to help with that project.
I'm all for changing that parking lot. I'm there every morning, and
I bet.
It can be a disaster sometimes. In fact, we have the kids bused. We live in a township, but technically we're in the village, right on the edge. Mm-hmm. So we bus the kids. They ride the bus home, or they ride it to the bank, just so my wife doesn't have to deal with the parking lot. I mean, it's crazy. Crazy, yes. Crazy.
My son was the first kindergartner there at Krause Elementary. Yeah. And I thought it was a problem back then.
Yeah, and now the student population has grown so much since then. Yes. All right. What are 2 or 3 strengths that you feel that our district can or should be proud of?
Mm-hmm. Well, I would say number 1, without a doubt, it's our staff. We have an incredibly dedicated staff. Every adult that our students come in contact with throughout the day has their best interest in mind. That includes the bus drivers, the parapros, the lunch servers, the moms and dads that work on the playground, everyone. And without, our staff is our biggest asset. I think everyone can agree on that. And secondly, obviously, our students and our families. Parents send us great kids, and they are so supportive all the time. And they're so giving, and anytime somebody needs help, our parents jump in. And I don't think we'd be the district that we are without that. And thirdly, our business community. Again, we have, in town and out of town, they are supportive of our schools. If we ask for donations. They're so generous. And, as a parent, as a community member, as a board member, I really appreciate that.
Excellent. Now that we kind of hit the good, and not the next one's necessarily bad, but what are 2 or 3 priorities that you feel that the district needs to address, needs to have some change?
Well, I touched on a couple of them in the introduction, but with the current climate, we do have secured entrances in that, you have to beep and show your ID to get in. But in the high school and the academy, parents walk into the building and they could have contact with students. And we desperately need to change that. And we've done that in the middle school and elementary school, but it was a little bit easier. The way the office is situated in the high school made it more of a difficult fix. So that is number 1 priority. The elementary school parking lot, number 2 priority. And I think we also need to take a look at just, I'm going to say bullying, but it's more than that. I think we really need to come up with a program in our school that helps kids just be kind to everyone, and make a really active effort in making sure that kids are working on that, and being kind and respectful to all people, not just the people in their peer groups.
Yeah, well, I love that idea. Other than currently being on the school board, what other school district or community activities or organizations do you currently or have you been involved with in the past?
Well, obviously, the board, I've been on the board for 14 years. I am also involved in the Macomb County School Board Association, and that is a group that comes together every month with districts from all over Macomb County, and we talk about things that are going well, things that aren't going so well, things that we could work on and change, and how we can work together to make sure that, we're not just like little islands working on things individually. In terms of Armada, I've been a Girl Scout and a Boy Scout leader and on the leadership teams of both of those organizations. I am currently, this might surprise you, I'm the Macomb County coordinator of the Michigan Bluebird Society. And so if people have questions about how to raise or attract bluebirds, I work with the organization for everybody in our county. I just met with a few gals at Stony Creek Metro Park, and we're going to, in February, build bluebird boxes and teach people, community members, how to monitor them.
Oh, cool.
I am a volunteer with the Tim Hortons Children's Foundation, and I have helped send local kids, a lot from the district that I used to work in, but some here in Armada, to 10 days of summer camp with Tim Hortons. That kind of has come the last few years because of COVID. The camps, there's one camp in the United States, the rest of the camps are in Canada. So that's been—
Yeah, those camps look amazing. I'm kind of familiar with that program.
Yeah.
I have a client that owns a handful of Tim Hortons and talked to him a lot about it. It's really cool.
That camp changes lives.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I've also been involved in some local fundraising efforts for local families who have needed help. And I used to be a cross-country coach for my students, but I also am a sponsor of the bowling team still, where
cool.
where I worked.
Awesome. All right, now we're going to kind of shift gears a little bit and kind of talk about the school board itself. What do you believe are the most important characteristics to have a effective school board or be an effective school board member?
Yes. Well, a school board member has, a lot of times people think that the school board member can come in and change the district. But we have a really defined role. And that is to demonstrate a commitment to a shared vision and mission in our district, and use that vision and mission to guide decision making. Any decision that we make should support the vision and the mission of our district.
Which has been laid out in that strategic plan.
Yes, and if you sign on to our website, it's the first thing you see. The board is also entrusted in employing and evaluating a superintendent, and the superintendent establishes a management system in the school district. So the board has one employee, that's all, the superintendent. And then there's accountability. We have a fiduciary responsibility, and we have to look at long and short-term goals and allocate resources to achieve those goals and support the district vision. And then finally, advocating for the kids and families in our district and establishing strong relationships with our community and our parents.
Excellent, thank you. All right, my last question before you we'll let you ask for our vote. And I'm sure being on the school board for 14 years, I think you said?
Yes, 14 years.
Probably run into this in the past, but would you be able to support or get behind a board decision that you did not particularly vote for, or you were in the minority position in that vote, and why or why not?
Yes, this is an interesting question, because as a board member, you absolutely have to. On a board of 7, you are one vote. And when you make a decision, that's a group decision. And an effective board member accepts that decision of the 7 members of the board. And once that decision's made, it's made. And, you know, it's been something that I have had to do where I did not support something, but the rest of the board did. And once you leave the table that night, that is the decision of the board. And, you know, it's a train
you got to get on.
It's a train you got to get on. And it's not right for you to go into the community and bash that. I didn't support it, but the board did, and that's the decision we have made. And we're taught that in classes that you take to be an effective board member, and it is one that that I support.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. But before we leave, if you would like to kind of just give us and explain why you deserve our vote and what sets you apart from some of the other candidates or the other candidates.
Yes. Well, I believe that in the 14 years that I've served the children and the families of Armada, I've demonstrated my commitment to the students and the families through my actions at the table and beyond. I have continued, I wish to continue my work with the strategic plan and provide oversight and leadership for the bond projects. I continue to work on behalf of the district and the kids by learning and educating myself. This weekend, I finished and earned the Michigan Association of School Boards President's Award, which only about 120 people in the state of Michigan have earned. I'm committed to educating myself to be the best board member possible for the kids in our district. And I would appreciate your support on November 8th.
Well, thank you so much, Cheryl. I really appreciate taking the time. And we'll get this online so hopefully everyone can watch it and be educated when they go to the polls in a couple weeks.
I hope so. It's we have a contested race for the first time in a long time, and that's a good thing because people are interested in getting involved. And I wish everybody good luck.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.